Hi, my name is Steve Sprendis. I'm a co-founder and managing director at Waypoint Private Capital. We're an investment banking firm that helps business owners and their management teams sell their company. Today, I want to talk to you about the M&A Sell-Side Process. The first step in that process is information gathering. This is where we simply need to learn about your company so that we can tell the story. We ask lots of questions, we gather lots of information, and we start to work. The next step is we take that information and we prepare the marketing materials. The marketing materials include an executive summary, a confidential information presentation or offering memo, and a very detailed financial model. This whole process takes about 3 to 4 weeks to complete. We then go to market. So going to market is essentially we're going to prepare a buyer's list in conjunction with the management team and owner. We're then going to distribute those offering materials. We distribute the executive summary, often on a blinded basis, so they don't know the name of the company. We include a non-disclosure agreement with that. When we get the non-disclosure agreement returned to us, we'll then give them a copy of the SIP, the confidential information presentation. That should give this potential buyer all the information they need to initially evaluate the opportunity. Then they can call us and we'll set up calls with you as necessary to review that information. The whole process takes about 4 to 6 weeks from start to finish in the go-to-market phase. The next step in the process is the auction process. This is not a fast-talking auction like you might see on TV or when people are buying cars. This is a very coordinated process where we are setting a date, telling all the buyers they need to get us an initial indication of interest by that date. They don't know who's bidding for the company, how many other people are bidding for the company, what those people are bidding. It's blinded. They send it on a certain date, and then we give them feedback. We take those initial offers, say we receive 15 offers for the company. We might narrow that down to 10 or 7. We have a top grouping, a middle grouping, and a bottom grouping. The bottom grouping is eliminated. They're just trying to get a deal on the company, and we're not interested in that group. We're going to work with the other 2 groups and try to get them all to raise their bid. We're going to talk to them. We're going to have management meetings. We're going to give them guidance on where they need to improve their offer, what other people have done, the differing terms, and why other people have put forth better terms in certain areas. So we coordinate all of that. Then we set another date where we ask for the letter of intent. This is more of the final or near final bid from the groups. We get those letters of intent. Again, we negotiate. We try to get people to move and sharpen their pencil. So it's a little bit more clear at this point. There's usually just 1 or 2, maybe 3 at the top that we're really negotiating with during this final stage. You, the seller, the owner, the management team, are going to decide who to move forward with. When we decide that, you're going to sign a letter of intent. Both parties will sign that letter of intent. So now you're just going to move forward with that one party. That entire process takes 4 to 6 weeks, the auction process. Then we move into due diligence and closing. During the prior portion of the process, the buyer stayed fairly high level in the information that they've requested and reviewed and the amount of time they've spent on things. Now that they know they are the single party left in the process, they're really going to dig in. They're going to evaluate customer relationships and contracts, your marketing program, your sales team, your metrics. They're really going to look at and examine the company so that they know what they're getting. While we're in the midst of that process, we will start the legal process as well. During the initial bidding process, we will have uncovered and solidified all of the major terms in the deal. When the attorneys go to document the process, there are hundreds of terms to negotiate. They're smaller, most of them, but there's a lot of work to do there. So both parties will engage M&A attorneys, and they'll start documenting that process. Then we move, when due diligence is done and when everything is documented, we move towards closing. Closing used to be everybody got in a room, you spent a half a day signing documents, and a wire happened at the end of the day or a check. Today, closing has moved to everybody has signed signature pages ahead of time. They've given those to their attorneys. When everybody is ready and all the attorneys say go, they'll exchange electronically those signature pages. The buyer will transfer their money, the bank will transfer the money, payoffs happen, and the seller receives their money. So that's how closing happens these days. The due diligence and closing process takes about 6 to 8 weeks. There's a lot of work to do in that time frame. And then when you add all of these different steps together, it's a 4 to 6 month process. It can get stretched by days, weeks, or months, depending on how responsive people are, if negotiations go smoothly, if the company is prepared up front to sell rather than during due diligence struggling to fulfill information requests. So 4 to 6 months is everything moves smoothly, but it can take longer than that. I hope this is helpful. This is how we run our process, whether you're a small company, a big company, no matter what industry. This is a fairly standard process for an investment banking firm selling a company. Please call us if you have additional questions. We're always happy to have this conversation, or you can check out our website on the Insights section. We've written numerous articles about selling your company and the different aspects involved. Thank you.